G'day all, and welcome back to Murder Valley. Lap timing, lap counting, racing. What options have you got if you want to count laps? The cheapest and easiest solution is going to be the lapometer. Now, you roll this round backwards until you get to 50, which would be your 0. You put it on here, and it goes through and it counts one. Happy days. Is there anything more that you can do than that? Well, there's this. The computer control center. You run your car through here and it counts your laps. Now this is a cool bit of gear back in the day, right? So there's my 10 laps and I roll through, there's my finishing lap, and hopefully yours, when you get one, if you get one, works better than that, and the flag comes up. Happy days. So it's also got a auto drive function, so if you've got no mates to race, and this is probably the biggest feature of this, if you've got no mates to race, you can set a car up and you can set an auto speed like a cruise control up, and the other car will drive around in the A lane. That's the only option it has because it only controls one lane, and you can set up a minimum speed that'll get you around every single corner without the car coming off, and then you can race up against it. It's racing, but it's not really racing, but hey, it gives you something consistent to run against and see whether you can do better. So what happens if you want to race more than 2 cars? What happens if you want more than 2 lanes? Well, I've got just the thing for you. If you like a bit of AFX memorabilia, this is what AFX came up with. Oh, my flags are all blowing in the breeze. So here we are with the electronic control station. So this has got a sensor that goes under the track, picks up the magnetic pulses of the motors going underneath. This does more than just count laps. This gives you lap times as well. So, right, so this is great. So it runs on batteries, 4, I think. Oh, wow. Oh, I can't get that off, but I'm pretty sure they're 4 C cells. And then the other thing, you can run up to 4 lanes. If you've got 2 of these, you stick a 3.5mm headphone jack style plug in there and run a junction cable between the 3, and then you can hook 2 of these up and run up to 4 lanes, and they talk to each other, which is great. They're a bit of a pricey sort of a thing because they're a bit of a collector's item now, but okay. What if you want more? What if you want average lap times? What if you want to see a computer screen or something with the active, who's the leader and what your average lap times are and all that sort of, and you want to run some more fancy stuff, or you want to run more than 2 or 4 lanes? Well, I'm glad you asked, because here we go. This is the work of Mr. Brewgog. He is based in Queensland. He's an Aussie. He's only doing this for Australians. So what do we have here? What is this? What have I just shown you? So Brew knocks up a timing system based on an Arduino. This is an Arduino here in the little case made by Brew. This is a light bridge. This particular light bridge is set up for 6 lanes. And he's got the lights on the top that count down from 5 when you hit go. He provides all the cables and everything you need. And not only does he provide everything with the sensors, he also provides jigs for the size hole you need to drill for these sensors to go in. And that gives you a guide for where the holes are to be drilled. How good is that? And this guy's local in Australia. He's only interested in selling or doing these packs for guys that are in Australia. I reckon this is an awesome thing, because I know I bought my timing system from the US, and not only did I have to pay a lot of money for it that a lot of guys probably would not be able to be willing to spend the money to get. The postage on top was quite extravagant. And I know not everyone's playing with a fat wallet or wants to commit that amount of money. But Bruce, talk to Brewgog. He's really good guy in the hobby, bringing stuff to Australian hoe races that are much needed for stepping out of these things just being toys and actually turning them into real race cars. Look, you may have seen Bruce work on some of the Australian hoe pages where he's built his own routed track. He's building these timing systems. He's talking. So I originally made this as a rail shaving tool. Right, so you go through and you put that in there, and you'd set it up, and it'd take all your high spots off, and this worked really well for my track and for any tracks I played with, and a few of the Newcastle Hoe Racing League guys have done this. So I've got screws set up on top, so you set it's just a standard standing knife blade. You set it up at a maximum height, and it knocks anything above that off. Well, look at what Bruce done. Bruce turned it into a useful thing. He's called it the Australian Hoe Racing League Railmate. He's got the same blade in it. He's made it full width, so you don't have any of the dodgy little bits sticking out. And it's the same screw, same design, same everything. By Brew, he's given homage to me for where it's come from. And yeah, and you just run through it, and the same thing again. You just knock the top off your rails. This is the most accurate method and the easiest method for this. Talk to Brewgog. He's bringing some really good things to this hobby, and making hoe racing more accessible to those in Australia. Yeah, sensational. I'll probably, if Brew's watching this, maybe what Brew should do is knock up some race stations, and what I mean by that is ports to be able to maybe hang on to controllers with maybe XLR plugs or some kind of track adapter where you can standalone track where you're not putting it in the table. Maybe you could make like a clip thing. I'm not telling you what to do, Brew, but if you just so happen to make something like this that clipped under the track, that had like the XLR plug in it, and maybe made 4 and 6 lane versions so that you can use standard track, and then someone just has to solder to the bottom of here. How cool would that be? Then MX5 racing would be even cooler, because racing's always better with mates. I don't care who you are, what you do, racing's always better with mates. And this is a really good thing. This is a really good thing for what's been brought to hoe racing in Australia. So thanks to Brewgog, thanks to all the guys who are part of the Australian Hoe Racing League, and the Newcastle Hoe Racing League, which started in 2017. But 2018 we started the Newcastle Hoe Racing League, but we started racing in Newcastle back in 2017. A few other groups have come along since then. Love to see them in the Australian Hoe Racing League and doing things sort of on par with some of the things that we are doing. And that really, when we're really talking about it, what we're talking about, standard of wiring and plugs. So like the old XLR plug with the stand, everyone's got the same thing, so everyone can go to everyone's track and plug in and just drive. And then some kind of standardisation of as far as chassis go, whether we've just got something in common, so if we all meet, we're not having to build new cars. But anyway, look, that's another topic. That's for later on for some of you guys that are watching this, because some of you guys that are watching this are new to this, never had anything to do with it. But yeah, really trying to get hoe to take off in Australia, because this is the hobby you can do at home. This is the size track that you could build a proper track at home, and you can do it in less than the car space. And a lot of us have got that amount of room to play with. And if you make your track portable, you can even move it out of the way when it's not in use. So if you've only got one car space, you can just back the car off out of the garage, have a couple of boys round in that space, pack the track away, and then put your car back away. How good's that? But anyway, thanks for watching. Come back and watch some more of this. No doubt there'll be more things coming in the future from Brewgog while he makes life easier for hoe racers in Australia. And I want to see all you guys trackside. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.